A Kegel is really not worth a whole lot to you unless you're able to perform the contraction correctly, which most people do not. And then 2, you're able to incorporate it with efficient breathing patterns. And then 3, you're able to incorporate it into movement or your exercises, okay? So let's talk about what an efficient contraction is considered. So when you contract the muscles, which some people say you think about contracting the muscles to cut off the flow of urine midstream. That's not incorrect, that'll work. So we'll use that for an example. When you're contracting that muscle, you wanna make sure that you're not contracting your glutes or your booty muscles, right? Because that's not your glute muscles are not your pelvic floor. So when you're contracting it, it's okay to feel like the sphincter in the back. That's perfectly fine, and that is part of the pelvic floor. So you want to make sure you're getting that night-tight squeeze and lift. Okay, so now you can perform a basic Kegel. There's 3 components to a Kegel you want to be working. 1, the fast twitch fibers, the slow twitch fibers, and then the relaxation phase of that Kegel. So we want to be working on short holds, high repetitions, and then we want to be working on longer holds, short repetitions. So just for example, the short holds, long repetitions would be a 5-second hold 10 times. And then the other one would be a 10-second hold 5 times. Pretty simple. Now for the relaxation phase, you're doing a hold. It doesn't really matter how long you're doing it. If you are experiencing pain, typically just doing a 1-second hold and then focusing on the relaxation. So hold 1 second, relax, 4, 3, 2, 1, until it's completely relaxed, okay? So now you can perform an efficient Kegel with varying speeds and varying endurance. So we want to incorporate it with your breath. When you exhale is typically when you should be incorporating your Kegel. So just for example, you'll inhale, exhale, Kegel simultaneously. Okay, pretty simple. So basically as the diaphragm comes up to push, the pelvic floor should follow suit. And that acts as like a suspension or support and protective mechanism for all of your guts and reproductive organs and all the fun things that are inside of you. Okay, so now you can perform a Kegel efficiently at varying speeds, and you can coordinate it with your breath. Now we want to incorporate it into exercise. So essentially what you would be doing, say you're doing a squat, for example, you would inhale on your way down, and then as you're lifting something, you would exhale, Kegel, and lift simultaneously, okay? It is important that you really let that breath out, because if not, when you're lifting, for example, you can perform what is called the Valsalva maneuver, and that's not always quite efficient. It has its place for certain things, but they're few and far between, and you don't want to be increasing that pressure within, because that is one where you can experience a hernia, where you can get a pelvic organ prolapse, and really if you have some cardiovascular issues, it can be a thing there.